Part 33. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 321. Zhu Shan and Zhu Jian, both of them transformed into Suzaku transformation. Their bodies were incredibly strong, and the pressure that surged out made the world heavy. Not long ago, Qin Feng had seen Suzaku transformation in his battle with Fang Han. However, Fang Han's Suzaku transformation was not fully displayed, so Qin Feng had a hard time slashing and killing. At this moment, the two had fully displayed it, and their bodies had crushed Fang Han. A trifling trick, look at my mighty dragon! Qin Feng shouted, and he turned into a flash of lightning and rushed over. The immortal step turned his speed into light. Even if the opponent's combat power increased, he was still fearless. Boom! A dragon talisman appeared between Qin Feng's palms and fingers, and the dragon talisman instantly hit the front, flowing with a halo. With a boom, the Suzaku flames flying in the air were torn apart by Qin Feng's dragon talisman claws and flew in all directions. The Suzaku flames suddenly turned into an energy storm, spreading in all directions, terrifying. Qin Feng frowned. After the two men transformed into Suzaku, their strength was incredibly strong. Their fighting power doubled, and they could compete with him. Boom! Qin Feng's palm was crystal clear, and he waved it violently again. The dragon talisman turned into a huge dragon in the void, intending to suppress everything. The huge dragon filled the space and danced in the void, like a real dragon reviving, suppressing the two men. The dragon energy burned all over the sky, dazzling. Behind Zhu Shan and Zhu Jian, the wings of the Suzaku flapped, and the flames burned fiercely. The two men's body movements quickly improved and pressed towards Qin Feng. The light was shining, and the two men exuded a terrifying breath, rushing over, and the murderous aura was shocking. They all turned into human-shaped Suzaku, and their strength became even stronger. They rushed towards Qin Feng, and the space was shaking and became unstable, and the flames were surging. Qin Feng attacked forward with unparalleled means. He was fascinated by the vision and shook the world, and his divine power was like the sea. Dang, dang, dang. After dozens of consecutive collisions, Qin Feng's speed of walking on the immortal steps reached an extreme speed. With the blessing of the Nine Forbiddens, his dragon talisman was stunning and brilliant, and the two people kept coughing up blood and retreating. The blood dyed their bodies red and was instantly vaporized by the divine fire. Even if you two become the real Suzaku, you are not my opponent. Qin Feng rushed forward. He didn't want to give these two people too many opportunities. Both of them have the strength of the 6th level of moving mountains, and their divine power is unfathomable. And there are 8 cultivators around, staring at them. If they force the battle, it will be disadvantageous to Qin Feng. My Suzaku impression is integrated with myself, how can your God King body compare? The two shouted again, and they were surrounded by fire, fierce and fierce, as if the gods were resurrected. Kill! One after another, the flames crushed in the void, and the scorching light filled this place with a sacred atmosphere, making everyone terrified. Qin Feng did not respond to this. He was like a god king descending to the world. The god king vision and the real dragon surrounded his body. He became extremely majestic and radiant. Bang! The god king seal shone with divine light and turned into 2 mountains. Under the blessing of the 9 forbidden field, the brilliance was dazzling. The God King seal, blessed by the 9 forbidden field, spread nearly 100 times the energy. Both of them were knocked out by Qin Feng's God King seal, and blood flowed in the void, making them terrified and angry. Kaka! A harsh sound came, and the two collided with the boundary wall, spreading wisps of waves. Then, the formation guarding the field was affected, and the formation stones collapsed in an instant. This scene shocked everyone present. This protective formation not only guarded the battlefield, but was also one of the formation stones activated for the 4 formations. At this time, if a cultivator died in the battle on the field, he would really die. Before, when Qin Feng wiped out Xia Tenglong, he crushed Xia Tenglong with his unparalleled strength, causing the law enforcement elder to not have time to attack at all, and exterminated Xia Tenglong's revived aura, causing him to fall in this place. At this moment, as the formation collapsed, Zhu Shan and Zhu Qian were both seriously injured and fell from the sky. At this time, Qin Feng continued to chase, and it was likely that the lives of the 2 people would end. Such a scene is definitely not what the Suzaku Holy Land can see. Both of them are geniuses, and their future achievements are limitless. They must not die here. Stop. Seeing Qin Feng wanting to attack again, the law enforcement elder Zhu Di, who had attacked before, shouted in the sky. Zhu Shan was nominally his apprentice, but in fact they were all his illegitimate children. He would never watch Zhu Shan die here. However, it was too late, because Qin Feng had already attacked, and the sound of his fist covered Zhu Di's voice, and the God King seal in his hand hit over. Boom! The God King seal turned into a mountain, gushing out breathtaking energy, and Zhu Shan and Zhu Qian were shocked. The 2 had long lost their previous conceited demeanor. They were instantly frightened and surged out of the light curtain, wanting to escape. But it was obviously too late. The God King seal attacked on a large scale and suppressed them. They could not escape at all. Boom! Suddenly, energy light like a landslide and tsunami hit Qin Feng's God King seal, and was blocked by Zhu Di's palm wind of the 9th heaven of moving mountains. The God King seal collapsed, and the overflowing energy reacted on Qin Feng's body. If it weren't for the amazing defense of Qin Feng's fairy armor, he would have been injured under this bombardment. However, the matter is not just that. The energy that hit Qin Feng not only has the power of his God King seal, but also the power of Zhu Di, the law enforcement elder in the sky, who has the strength of the 9th level of moving mountains. If an ordinary cultivator was hit, he would have been seriously injured and died. What do you mean? Qin Feng was extremely angry, and a terrible aura flowed in his eyes. He looked at the law enforcement elder in the sky. The formation is destroyed and needs to be rebuilt. I asked you to stop, didn't you hear it? Law enforcement elder Zhu Di believed that Qin Feng definitely heard what he said, but the other party just ignored it, which made him very dissatisfied. Everyone around is fighting, why did you only stop me? Qin Feng's eyes were unkind, and his eyes were filled with coldness. At this moment, blood was overflowing from the corners of his mouth, which was completely because of the energy of the recoil and the palm wind of the law enforcement elder in the sky. Because the timing of the other party's attack was just when his defense was empty, causing him to be injured. Everyone else has stopped, only you are not obedient. Law enforcement elder Zhu Di scolded, and he looked at Qin Feng with a bad look. As the law enforcement elder of the Suzaku Holy Land, no disciple dared to disobey his orders. More importantly, if he hadn't taken action just now, Zhu Shan would probably have died. However, he was also slightly surprised in his heart. He hit 70% of the attack, but it didn't cause much damage to Qin Feng, which made his pupils shrink slightly. Qin Feng is too outstanding, and he must not be allowed to grow up, otherwise he will be a stumbling block in Zhu Shan's future. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 322. These words were spoken slowly, but in fact it happened in an instant. All the monks in the field where Qin Feng was located stopped. Many people in the audience were also talking, wondering what happened. What happened? Why did you stop? It seems that the law enforcement elder has come to an end again. Did Qin Feng do something outrageous again? In the audience, the monks were talking a lot and were very puzzled. Qin Feng and the law enforcement elder were facing each other. It seemed that the smell of gunpowder was quite strong. What's going on? The deputy holy master of Suzaku Holy Land frowned slightly. The dignified law enforcement elder actually took action against a junior disciple. The matter was really too bad. Soon a monk came here and told the deputy saint master of the Suzaku Holy Land the reason. Then why don't you find someone to fix it quickly? People have been sent to repair it. The disciple said with fear that the formation was quickly repaired. After all, the damage was not very serious and only a few formations were changed. As someone announced that the war had begun again, Qin Feng no longer paid attention to the law enforcement elder, but began to attack Zhu Jian and Zhu Shan again. However, the law enforcement elder suspended in the void did not go away. Qin Feng felt the murderous intent locked on him, which made him frown. Once he attacked Zhu Shan, a faint murderous aura locked on his body and disturbed his mind, but it was not like this when he attacked Zhu Jian. At this time, Zhu Jian and Zhu Shan swallowed the pills and were suspended in the void. Qin Feng's eyes narrowed slightly. The actions of the law enforcement elder made his heart full of anger. Bang! Suddenly, Qin Feng took a step forward, stepped on the immortal walk, came to Zhu Jian's side, and punched him. For a moment, Zhu Jian was unable to dodge and was blasted into the void by Qin Feng. Then Qin Feng stepped on the immortal walk under the blessing of the Nine Forbiddens, he came under Zhu Jian in an instant. Then, the god King Yin struck upwards. This punch shot out a bright beam of light, sending Zhu Jian high into the sky, bursting out with unparalleled divine light. Puff! There was no suspense at all. Zhu Jian could not stop the blow. With the strength of the Nine Forbiddens, he collapsed on the spot. Immediately afterwards, the Divine King Seal continued to cast its force, blooming with radiance that filled the sky, and rushed directly towards the law enforcement elder Zhu Di in the sky. At this moment, the power and combat power of Qin Feng's punch were superimposed again, creating boundless waves. Brush! Judy was shocked and turned pale. He punched downwards. Since he was too close to the battlefield of the talented disciples and was affected, it seemed that there was no fault. Suddenly, he went to secretly use all his strength to strike, and the wave hit collided with Qin Feng's God King Seal. The power was superimposed dozens of times, causing the four sides to tremble and the heaven and earth to wail. Puff! The Divine King Seal blessed by the Nine Forbidden States vibrated, and the law enforcement elder who was hit instantly vomited blood and almost fell from the sky. Oops, elder, you are too close. You may have been affected by the palm storm. Qin Feng had a teasing look on his face, and the light in his eyes was completely intentional, but so what? This law enforcement elder could not handle matters impartially and deliberately stabbed people in the dark. He was wrong in the first place. If this was not the Suzaku Holy Land, Qin Feng really wanted to slap him to death. Qin Feng, you are looking for death. Zhu Di, the law enforcement elder of the Suzaku Holy Land, was instantly angry. This blow actually injured him. He couldn't lose face anymore. It would be really unpleasant if this was spread out. However, at this time, all the monks in the audience were twitching at the corners of their mouths. The dignified law enforcement elder actually looked like such a ghost. It was really despising. Anyone with a discerning eye can see that if the law enforcement elder hadn't deliberately targeted Qin Feng and was too close to Qin Feng, there would never have been such an accidental injury. Even the deputy holy master of Suzaku Holy Land looked very ugly. The law enforcement elder really disgraced their holy land. Enough. The words of the deputy holy lord of the Suzaku Holy Land who presided over the meeting sounded like thunder in the area where Qin Feng and the others were. However, it was already too late when he said what he said, because at this time, the law enforcement elder took action boldly and swept towards Qin Feng with endless killing moves. It was too late. He has made up his mind to get rid of Qin Feng. Even if he himself is punished, it doesn't matter, because his son Zhu Shan will be the only winner here, a quasi-holy son of the Suzaku Holy Land, with an unlimited future. At this moment, Qin Feng's heart was pounding with fear. He looked at the palm slapping from the void, like an ancient sacred mountain coming down. The power was trying to shake him into a pulp. Qin Feng was shocked and turned pale. He stepped on the immortal steps and wanted to get out of here. However, the ancient sacred mountain had already locked him in, and the heaven and earth were shaking with the suppressed energy. Cut. At this moment, Qin Feng saw that there was no way to escape, so he took out his immortal killing Shura and directly executed the 8th immortal killing style. Brush. At the critical moment, Qin Feng triggered the Divine Forbidden Realm, and the Divine Forbidden Realm was revealed. The 8th immortal killing style directly unleashed an explosion of thousands of times energy. In an instant, the ancient holy mountain in the void was split open, and a vast ocean-like light swept across the sky, all acting on the law enforcement elder. Puff. This sword was so sharp that it exploded with thousands of times the power of the divine forbidden realm, almost cutting down even the gods into the mortal world. A lot of light surged around the body of law enforcement elder Zhu Di, trying to intercept Qin Feng's sword. However, Qin Feng's sword had an earth-shattering aura of destruction, which caused a big wave in the void and instantly chopped the law enforcement elder into the void. With blood flowing, he fell into the void and dissipated directly into a rain of light. As for the law enforcement elder, all the energy light he fired before he died was suppressed towards Qin Feng. The vast ocean-like energy all acted on Qin Feng. Qin Feng hit the ground directly from the void. Boom. On the ground in this area, a large pit with a depth of tens of meters appeared, with cracks like spider webs spreading out, and rocks piercing the clouds with energy. Everyone here was shocked. Qin Feng killed the law enforcement elder. Is this the end? All the geniuses here know that in the face of such a powerful attack, they can't stop it at all. The strength of Zhou Zongtian is like a mountain, suppressing everyone's hearts. Qin Feng actually risked his life with the idea of losing both sides and hacked the law enforcement elder to death, and his personal life came to an end. Because everyone knows that the surrogate formation here was not activated on Qin Feng, but on the law enforcement elder Zhu died. Zhu Luo was frightened in the audience. Did Qin Feng just come here and stop there? This made him feel incredible. Wang Shui and Zhou Qing both turned pale with fear. Such power could destroy the world and even Qin Feng might not be able to stop it. Both of them set their sights on the area where the death formation was to be revived, hoping to find Qin Feng, but they were both disappointed. At this time, even the deputy holy master who had left the Suzaku Holy Land stood up in the audience. Qin Feng was so amazing. If he died like this, it would be a huge loss. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 323. The Vice Saint Lord of Suzaku was furious. What law enforcement elder, just die, he is not as good as Qin Feng. Qin Feng was too young, and he was also a master of alchemy. His role in the Suzaku Holy Land surpassed that of the law enforcement elder. At this time, even the Suzaku Saint Lord, who was sitting cross-legged in the Suzaku Palace, was unhappy. He was also very optimistic about Qin Feng and wanted to keep Qin Feng in the Suzaku Holy Land. But this boy was actually wiped out by the law enforcement elder, which made him very angry. How did you do it? Zhu Yan, the Vice Saint Lord of the Suzaku Holy Land, was furious. The other three law enforcement elders in the area where Qin Feng and his group were all terrified. They originally thought that the law enforcement elder Zhu Di just wanted to teach Qin Feng a lesson, but they didn't expect that he would act so brazenly, causing Qin Feng to fight for his life, and they didn't have time to use the array energy to protect Qin Feng at the critical moment, and only protected the law enforcement elder Zhu Di. Swish. At the edge of the formation outside the martial arts arena, the figure of the law enforcement elder Zhu Di condensed. he was actually killed by Qin Feng directly. If the formation had not taken effect at the critical moment, he would have really fallen. This made him very lucky. However, he did not see Qin Feng's figure beside him, which made him feel a little relieved. Qin Feng had already died under Buffon's full-strength attack, and he could not make any waves at all. As for Zhu Luo, it was even less of a problem. The other true disciples had the intention of feeling sad for the death of the rabbit. Qin Feng actually lost like this, which was really miserable and a pity. The head of the Xia family was extremely happy in his heart. Qin Feng actually ended up like this, which just saved their Xia family from trouble, which made him feel extremely happy. Oh my God! How is it possible? Suddenly, some cultivators in the area where Qin Feng and his group were, as well as in the audience, were shocked and stunned. Countless people looked in the direction of Qin Feng and the others, and then everyone was stunned. Hum. The sound of hum was endless, and the sound of exclamation and horror spread here and resounded. Everyone looked at the big pit where Qin Feng was with a strong sense of disbelief. Zhou Qing'er and Wang Shui both burst into laughter, with a little complaint in their beautiful eyes. They were really worried. Zhu Shan, who was lucky enough to survive, widened his eyes, as if he had seen a ghost. Unbelievable, and the color of astonishment filled his whole face. Hiss. Everyone took a breath, and then they all widened their eyes, unable to believe what they saw. Because at this time, a palm suddenly stretched out from the edge of the pit, and then another palm stretched out from the pit, and then, with a press on the edge, Qin Feng turned over and jumped out of the pit. Everyone was stunned, not knowing how to describe their thoughts at this time. Qin Feng created a myth again, and appeared in front of everyone, attracting the attention and gazes of countless people. Is this still a human? Is it a demon? Qin Feng's performance really shocked everyone. He stood in the field, and when he moved his body, there was light shining on his body, and then his bones crackled like fried beans. If it weren't for the last moment, the forbidden field of the gods was still effective, Qin Feng would really die. He flew into the air, except that his clothes were a little dirty, he was actually unscathed. Everyone around was shocked, and Qin Feng's performance made them not know what to say. Hiss. Qin Feng took a deep breath, and the huge energy between heaven and earth poured into him, and the essence burst into a vortex, all poured into Qin Feng's body. Then, Qin Feng's body became bright and shining at a speed visible to the naked eye. His God King body was around him, and the blue dragon was coiled around him. The thunder flow around him made the sound of wind and thunder, and all the energy was poured into the God King sea behind him, becoming stronger again. Swish. At this moment, Qin Feng's eyes spread out with fiery eyes, and two golden beams were released instantly. Two lightning flashed in the void, and then instantly hit Zhu Shan's body. In an instant, Zhu Shan was killed, but at this time he was about to turn into a rain of light and dissipate. Bang! Suddenly, Qin Feng made a move, and the image of the vermilion bird appeared in his palm, and the flowing divine flame flew over instantly. Father, save! Zhu Shan didn't want to die yet, he only shouted 3 words, and the light rain was directly vaporized by Qin Feng's divine fire and disappeared forever. Because, at this time, Qin Feng's domineering move, even before he could react to the formation, directly wiped him out. Qin Feng's eyes looked through the barrier outside the area. Naturally, he couldn't see any scene in his eyes, but he felt that the law enforcement elder Zhu Di was in that direction based on his intuition. At this time, Qin Feng's eyes were full of provocation. Although he didn't know what the relationship between Zhu Di and Zhu Shan was, they must be unusual. Otherwise, Zhu Di would not have hurt him. Now he had to kill Zhu Shan and get the interest back. After this battle, he must find a chance to kill Zhu Di to dispel the hatred in his heart. At this moment, Zhu Di's eyes were filled with murderous intent. Zhu Shan was his illegitimate son. He had the hope of being promoted to a quasi-holy son, but he was killed by Qin Feng. This made him furious. Qin Feng wiped out all his hopes in front of him. His anger frightened him to death. Puff. Zhu Di, the law enforcement elder, was so angry that he suddenly raised his hand and slapped Zhou Qing'er and Wang Shui, who were sitting in the audience. He knew that the two of them were Qin Feng's female companions. Since he couldn't kill Qin Feng, he would kill his two women first to relieve the hatred in his heart. Crack. Suddenly, the Vice-Holy Master Suzaku became furious. He covered the sky with his palm and reached into the surrogate formation area. If Zhu Di really denies Qin Feng as a female companion in front of everyone, then they in the Suzaku Holy Land should stop messing around. At this moment, law enforcement elder Zhu Di was shocked. Feeling the mighty pressure coming from the void, he hurriedly used his sword energy to protect himself. However, that powerful blow instantly shattered the halo around him, and then he was caught in his hand. Lord, Holy Lord, what do you mean? Law enforcement elder Zhu Di was shocked. He felt that the deputy Holy Master seemed to have really used murderous intent. It was simply unimaginable that a mere Qin Feng had alerted the deputy Holy Master. As a law enforcement elder, if you attack a disciple without authorization, you will be punished with 10 years of confinement. Brush. Zhu Yan, the deputy Holy Master of the Suzaku Holy Land, flashed the light in his hand and instantly swept across the sky. He placed Zhu Di in a back mountain and sealed it. This move by the deputy Holy Master of the Suzaku Holy Land instantly frightened the elders and family heads of the surrounding major forces, and they were all extremely surprised. For a moment, the auditorium, which was originally bustling with discussion, fell silent. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 324. Qin Feng stood in the void, and he had already noticed the power of the law enforcement elder. Naos moved the mountain to the 9th level. Zhu Luo, who has recovered his cultivation, is enough to protect Wang Shui and Zhou Qing'er, so Qin Feng is not very worried. This battle has been delayed for too long. You 8 should fight together. Qin Feng's eyes were slightly cold, and there was a terrifying divine power in his eyes. Surrounded by the reborn Qi, the sound of thunder sounded in the sky and the earth for a while. As soon as Qin Feng said this, the 8 disciples around him were instantly angry. As the geniuses of this place, they were angered by being looked down upon. Ha 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 ha. The 8 geniuses here were all amused, and their expressions were completely different. Qin Feng is just a monk who has reached the realm of telekinesis. No matter how powerful he is, it is impossible for him to fight against his 8 geniuses. In their opinion, this is definitely a joke. You want to attack 8 of us alone, you are really desperate. Among the 8 people, someone spoke up. They all have the qualifications of a quasi-holy son. If they join forces, even the monks in the Shenzhou realm will not be their opponents. Cut the nonsense and take action. Qin Feng said calmly, he really wanted to fight quickly. After being promoted to the 1st level again, Qin Feng's murderous intent surged and his strength doubled. These 8 people are no longer his opponents. Okay, I'll make it happen for you. Suddenly, without any sound, from where Qin Feng was standing, a sword light came towards him. The light was bright. Qin Feng did not dodge, he punched out and shattered the sword light directly. 8 people quickly surrounded Qin Feng. There were sword lights, sword energy, and magic weapons suspended from all sides, shaking the void. Base. Qin Feng was not afraid of this. He took action in an instant. The absolute immortal sword and the brilliant sword in his hand merged into one, and then he was directly promoted to the intermediate level of immortal grade. At the same time, he held the immortal killing Shura and the absolute immortal sword in his hands, creating a powerful aura. Everyone, let me test his strength first. Here, Qianming, an outside genius, said that he was indeed a strong man and the first one to take action had powerful power. Boom. This man slashed out with his sword, and a golden sword light bloomed in the void, shining brightly and sweeping towards Qin Feng. The sword light reached the sky and moved the earth, opening up the void and flowing out a terrifying aura, which surged between the heaven and the earth, as if it could open up the world. Brush. Faced with this move, Qin Feng was not afraid. He waved the immortal killing Shura sword in his hand and slashed it out. The light erupted like a volcano. The sword broke through the void and collided with the sword light. Clang. A heart-stopping sound came, and then everyone discovered that Jianming's sword was cut open by Qin Feng, and terrifying cracks spread out. I'll go. What's going on? Everyone around was shocked. They couldn't believe that Qin Feng could still have such a strong fighting power after enduring a full blow from law enforcement elder Zhu did. Puff. Qin Feng once again slashed with immortal killing Shura. There were no fancy moves, only the indestructible sword light, which was overwhelming in all directions. Clang. Another loud sound came. This time, Qin Feng's immortal killing Shura collided with the opponent's immortal sword. The whole body of the battle was illuminated with light, and the sword energy flowed here, shaking the mountains and the earth. Gradually, people were shocked to discover that Jianming's long sword collapsed into pieces at this moment. Originally Jianming was full of confidence, but in a duel between Qin Feng, he actually destroyed the weapon that cost him his life. Moreover, the wounds caused by the shock caused him to vomit blood. This kind of battle is really shocking. Brush. Jianming directly cut off the connection with his fairy sword. In an instant, he stepped on Suanbu and flew hundreds of meters away to avoid this place. Immediately afterwards, an earth-shattering sound came, and the fairy sword disintegrated directly in the void. Then, the shattered fragments fell in all directions, sweeping across the 10 directions. Hiss. Some people gasped, this was a quasi-immortal weapon, and it was chopped into pieces by Qin Feng like this, making people almost think they were in a dream. Tianjiao Jianming was shocked, and he spat out a mouthful of blood. He looked at Qin Feng in surprise in the void, defeated. Who else wants to try it? I suggest you come together. Qin Feng sneered. He waved his hand, and the fragments in the void gathered together. They were refined by his Suzaku divine fire and became one with immortal killing Shura. Ding, congratulations to the host. The immortal slaying Shura of the lower immortal grade has been upgraded to the immortal slaying Shura of the medium immortal grade. Just by merging with the quasi-immortal weapon, Qin Feng's immortal killing Shura was upgraded, which made him feel very good. I'll do it. The genius of the Suzaku Holy Land, Zhu Yishan, stepped forward. He opened his mouth and spit out a stream of fire, and in his palm, a fire-tip spear appeared. The fire-tip spear flowed out with the true energy all over the sky, and in an instant it flooded towards Qin Feng and surged up the avenue. Break! Zhu Yishan shouted loudly, and the fire-tipped spear penetrated the sky, stabbing towards Qin Feng like an eternal artifact. In response to this, Qin Feng and Wei Ran did not move. He waved the immortal sword and faced him. With a clang sound, the immortal sword was slashed out with earth-shattering power, destroying the opponent's fire-tip spear. The rest of the people were all shocked that Qin Feng's divine power was so profound. His fighting power was astonishing, and the swordsmanship he wielded covered the sky and the sun, shattering the void. In this space, every inch of void turned into the children of divine fire. Like a vast ocean of light flying, the power of Zhu Yishan's fire-tip spear was instantly shattered by Qin Feng. Base. A ball of purple flame suddenly burst out from the fire-tip spear, and the purple flame flowed out, sweeping towards Qin Feng, and its power increased again. Qin Feng still waved the Juexian sword, and the Juexian sword moved forward, smashing all the purple and flames, and they no longer existed. I told you, I suggest you come together. Qin Feng was a little dissatisfied and looked at the 8 people around him, not taking them seriously at all. At this moment, the only 8 geniuses left on the field couldn't help but turn red. Qin Feng ignored them, which made them very dissatisfied. Everyone can see that if they really fight Qin Feng one-on-one, they are probably no match at all. Qin Feng cannot be judged by common sense. He is as powerful as the sea, has shocking visions, and his weapons are even sharper, far beyond ordinary people's weapons, so they have to be cautious. Qin Feng, you are too crazy. Since you are so conceited, then we will help you. Zhu Yishan shouted loudly. His black hair was fluttering and he was holding a fire-tipped spear, flowing out real fire all over the sky. She was also very powerful among the true disciples, but she was not Qin Feng's opponent, which made him feel angry. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fa. Chapter 325. Finally, the Tianjiao looked at each other, and they gathered together, surrounded by murderous aura. Kill! Zhu Yishan shouted, and he was the first to attack. The purple air of the fire spear turned into a dragon, sweeping towards Qin Feng. At the same time, Jianming also took out a long knife and slashed at Qin Feng with endless murderous intent. The other few people did not hesitate any longer, and all attacked brazenly. They shook the 10 directions, and the murderous aura was shrouded here. It is simply unimaginable that Qin Feng is alone against the 8 Tianjiaos. After all, these 8 people are not ordinary people, and all of them have the talent of quasi-saints. Qin Feng is so indifferent that everyone is shocked. Damn, Qin Feng is too talented, and his divine power is like the sea. It's really enviable. Even the older generation in the audience were shocked, and they were all shocked. Qin Feng's heavenly talisman made them all excited. Whether it is a holy land or a big sect, it is enough to rise brilliantly with such a Tianjiao disciple. Qin Feng can grow to such a level, but his strength has nothing to do with the Holy Land. He grew up in such a dusty mountain, and his heavenly talisman is earth-shaking. His qualifications are probably unparalleled in the ages. And this time, the Suzaku Holy Land is simply picking up a sweet cake. If Qin Feng can be kept in the Holy Land, the future Suzaku Holy Land will definitely be prosperous. Kill! Qin Feng did not dodge or evade. He held the Juexian sword in his left hand and the immortal Azura in his right hand. He took the initiative to kill forward, waving his long sword, and the Suzaku 10 strikes and the immortal 8 styles were launched one after another, shaking the world. 2 medium-quality weapons of immortal products, wielding immortal martial arts, are simply earth-shaking. With Qin Feng's divine king body, the divine light is brilliant and the magic power is overwhelming. The combination of swords is simply about to pierce the sky and destroy everything. The first move that Zhu Yishan made was shattered by Qin Feng and disappeared into the void. In an instant, Zhu Yishan retreated, with a look of shock on his face, and he was stopped again. At the same time, Qin Feng's immortal slaughter Azura also sent Jianming flying again. Then, the moves of the others came over, and all the magic weapons hit Qin Feng with overwhelming magic power. Swish! Behind Qin Feng, the vision of the God King lingered from him, and then stepped forward. This vision of the God King shook out wisps of haze, and the bright moon hovered behind him, as if a divine ring was reflecting it, very mysterious. At this time, the killing moves of the 4 people also attacked Qin Feng's back, trying to wipe him out on the spot. Buzz! It was at this time that people were surprised to find that another huge vision appeared in the sea of God Kings behind Qin Feng. This vision was earth-shaking, flowing with red light, and all the attacks on this vision were spreading ripples, and then they were blocked one by one. At the same time, 2 more visions appeared. Qin Feng was surrounded by 4 visions, 3 Shuras and 1 God King. With the blessing of the 9 Forbiddens, his attack power reached a new level. Swish! Qin Feng attacked brazenly, and the visions followed him. The attacks of the 8 people were all blocked by Qin Feng one by one. The beams of light shot out by the visions shook the world, making people cough up blood. I told you to come together, but it won't work. Qin Feng's domineering voice sounded again. The four visions surrounded him, making him look like a god or a demon, and terrifying. Kill! The 8 great Tianjiaos all shouted angrily. They attacked together and didn't want to give Qin Feng any chance. All kinds of magic and magic weapons rushed towards Qin Feng and drowned him. Bang! Qin Feng's God King vision hit the front, and Zhu Yixin was directly shattered by Qin Feng, turned into a rain of light, and disappeared here. Ah! Immediately afterwards, Qin Feng's Shura image threw out the Kunpeng fist. In an instant, the Kunpeng fist shattered another cultivator's bare hands, turning them into a bloody rain and disappearing here. Another cultivator was hit by the palm wind of the Kunpeng fist thrown by Shura, and flew out, almost fainting. The rest of them attacked again and again. They shuttled quickly here, and their magic weapons attacked again and again, drowning Qin Feng, not ready to give him a chance. However, Qin Feng was surrounded by the 4 major images, and they couldn't break Qin Feng's defense, which made everyone present change color. They are the Tianjiao saints of the Suzaku Holy Land, all of whom are masters who look down on the world. At this moment, they couldn't even break the defense, and they suddenly wanted to escape. All the cultivators in the audience were stunned. The 8 Tianjiao attacked again and again, but they couldn't do anything to Qin Feng. Even 2 of them were directly eliminated. This was really frightening. Ha ha ha! Why are you running? At this time, Qin Feng was quite relaxed. He was surrounded by 4 strange phenomena. With swords and swords combined, he had the spirit of supremacy and looked down on all the heroes. Don't go! Qin Feng laughed again. He stepped on the immortal step and instantly hit forward. At the same time, the strange phenomena also hit forward with him. The void was shaking and spreading unbelievable light. At this moment, Qin Feng's voice was extremely harsh, which made everyone feel incredible. They couldn't accept that they were despised by Qin Feng. The remaining 6 people had already made up their minds. They knew that they were not Qin Feng's opponents at all. Now, they just want to escape from Qin Feng. If they are defeated by Qin Feng one step later, their ranking will be one step higher. Ma, why are you always chasing me? At this moment, Qianming was extremely angry. Qin Feng followed behind him and wanted to defeat him, which instantly made him extremely angry. If Qin Feng defeated him at this time, he could only rank 7th. Instantly, Qin Feng understood the other party's thoughts, but he didn't care. He took a step forward, like a real dragon brushing across the sky, and the Juexian sword blessed by the 9 forbiddens allowed him to slash the void with one sword. Puff! A loud noise was heard, and Qianming was directly eliminated by Qin Feng, turning into a rain of light and dissipating here. Then, the 4 great visions roared again, all hitting forward, and another 4 cultivators were directly expelled by Qin Feng. At this time, only the last person was left. Without the slightest suspense, Qin Feng's many visions combined into one, and punched out a punch that shook the void. Puff! The last cultivator was directly killed by Qin Feng in a bloody mist and disappeared here. This time, in the area where Qin Feng was, he won again and again, and became the quasi-holy son of the Suzaku Holy Land with the well-deserved first place. At this moment, Qin Feng was suspended in the air, and the light around him was shining, looking down on the spot, becoming the only one here. In the audience, everyone was shocked when they saw Qin Feng's figure. Some female disciples were even trembling with fear. Qin Feng was really too spiritual and sacred. In the death substitution formation area, Zhu Yixin, who was the first to be eliminated, looked at the last person who came in and said, "Here you are. Well, nice to meet you." In the area where Qin Feng was, 9 of the top 10 people looked at each other in bewilderment. Among the 8 fields, only the top 10 of them were the most miserable. They were directly beaten out of the field by Qin Feng. Window. Tabula equals window. Tabula. Tabula.push, mode, thumbs feed -01, container, tabula below article thumbnail -300x250, placement, below article thumbnail -300x250, target. Type, mix. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 326. This power conference has come to an end, and the top 10 masters have been determined in each of the 8 fields. Among them, there are more than a dozen outside disciples. These people will become the inner disciples of the Suzaku Holy Land. From then on, they will reach the sky in one step. The support of the Holy Land will be tilted toward them, and their future achievements will be limitless. This power conference also decided on 8 quasi-holy sons, and all of them were geniuses. Among them, there was a quasi-holy son who did not come from the Suzaku Holy Land. His cultivation was only at the 5th level of intention, but he crushed many strong men and stood out among the many monks. This person was Qin Feng. For a time, Qin Feng's reputation became a hot topic in the Suzaku Holy Land, and countless young monks wanted to see Qin Feng's style. In the palace of the Suzaku Holy Land, the Holy Lord met with Qin Feng and the other 8 people. After some words of encouragement, he announced that the Suzaku Secret Realm would be officially opened in 3 days. The Suzaku Secret Realm is a small world in the Suzaku Holy Land. It is extremely mysterious. It is rumored to contain many heavenly and earthly treasures, as well as the true secrets left by the masters of the ancient Suzaku Holy Land. However, this secret realm is extremely extraordinary, with ancient formations, and the upper limit of the monks that can enter is the 9th level of the mountain. To enter the Suzaku secret realm, 36 opening tokens are needed, which are held by the 28 quasi-holy sons of the Suzaku Holy Land and the 8 quasi-holy sons like Qin Feng. They can protect a large number of monks from entering the secret realm. This is also one of the reasons why the power conference determines the quasi-holy sons. These monks who follow the quasi-holy sons into the secret realm and gain opportunities will become the future human resources of the quasi-holy sons. Led by the 36 quasi-holy sons, they will lead countless masters to gain opportunities, which will become the basis for their future strength in the Suzaku Holy Land. The Suzaku secret realm was chosen to open in 3 days, giving them enough preparation time to gather generals and build their future team. At the same time, as long as they hand over enough genius treasures, they can lead some monks from the outside world to explore the secret realm and accumulate resources for their future practice. The 36 quasi-holy sons are extremely powerful, enough to crush most outside monks. This secret realm is also their experience in becoming holy sons. In this power conference, Qin Feng got some scratch cards and dug out a lot of magic pills. Qin Feng stood out among many monks. The Suzaku Holy Land naturally rewarded many Shendong blood pills and some magic techniques. However, Qin Feng didn't care very much and kept all the rewards in his own space. After all, the treasure box he opened and all the resources he received had already exceeded this reward. As an inner disciple, he became a quasi-holy son. The area where he and Zhou Qing'er lived was changed to the palace specially prepared for the Holy Son in the Suzaku Temple. 3 days later, 36 quasi-holy disciples, together with countless talented disciples, gathered at the martial arts field and prepared to go to the Suzaku secret realm. In the Suzaku secret realm, the dense spiritual energy has many opportunities, which can allow the monks to evolve brilliantly. It is reported that in the secret realm, there are fragments of the Suzaku divine pattern. If you get it, you will have the opportunity to improve your realm, and even give birth to a spiritual body. This time when he went to the Suzaku Holy Realm, Qin Feng no longer kept a low profile. He directly rode on his dragon horse and took some monks behind him to the Suzaku secret realm. There is a big mountain in front, with towering ancient trees, flowing mist, exuding a divine halo, and a huge barrier. Although Qin Feng hadn't entered it yet, he just got closer and felt the volcano-like energy light coming from the mountain. This Suzaku secret realm is a forbidden area and is guarded by the elders of the Holy Land all year round. Few people dare to approach it on weekdays. Today, the huge stone platform in front of the mountain is full of people, and countless masters exude tyrannical energy and momentum. Moreover, monks kept coming from the sky, as fast as lightning. As Qin Feng rode a dragon horse and arrived in front of the stone platform, everyone's eyes focused on Qin Feng. Qin Feng's dragon and horse are so sacred. The red gold scales, ancestral dragon horns and the dragon's power spread out, making some outside monks feel as frightened as if they had fallen into an ice cellar. However, some of the true disciples and several quasi-holy disciples had fiery eyes, and Qin Feng's dragon and horse instantly attracted their attention. Although they have some quasi-holy sons who also ride fierce beasts, those beasts are slightly inferior to Qin Feng's dragon, and are overshadowed by Qin Feng. However, in the tournament of power, Qin Feng's amazing performance also made people attach great importance to him. He defeated many true geniuses in a row, and even killed the Xia family's genius Xia Tenglong, which made everyone terrified. Brush. Suddenly, a red light flashed in the sky, and then a divine bird descended. On top of it sat a young black man, with a majestic aura flowing out. Behind him, hundreds of monks followed. These people were all the outside monks he had snagged, and they were the fundamental ones who followed him into the secret realm. Qin Feng's eyes narrowed slightly, and he felt a compelling aura in him. He was extremely sharp and looked like a ruthless person. Master, this is Zhu Mu, the quasi-holy son of the Suzaku Holy Land. Rumor has it that he is a god and possesses a sacred bird, the Fire Luan, which is very terrifying. Beside Qin Feng, Wang Shui, who was riding a crane, explained to Qin Feng that in the past 3 days, she had not been idle. In the Suzaku Holy Land, she had investigated the names of the 35 quasi-saints who had entered the secret realm. Information. Yes, Master. It is said that this Zhu Mu's cultivation level is as high as moving mountains to the 7th level. For this year's Suzaku Holy Land, he deliberately suppressed his cultivation level. Otherwise, he would have been a monk in the Divine Light realm. Zhou Qing'er, who was standing by, also blinked her beautiful eyes and introduced Qin Feng. She must not let the master think that she could not help at all, otherwise, it would be bad if the master did not stay with her to play. It is senior brother Zhu Mu. It is said that senior brother Zhu Mu has divine power like the sea and is a fire god physique. The senior brothers who follow senior brother Zhu Mu into the Suzaku secret realm this time must be very safe. Yes, with senior brother Zhu Mu leading us, we can get a lot of divine pattern fragments in one go. On the stone platform, the monks were talking about it. Zhu Mu's arrival immediately caused quite a stir. Zhu Mu, who was sitting cross-legged on the Fire Luan divine bird, let the Fire Luan divine bird spread out pressure, which frightened the monks, but he did not care. What he wanted was to shock the atmosphere of the whole audience. As the quasi-holy son of the Suzaku Holy Land, if he could get enough Suzaku divine patterns and complete his Suzaku divine form skill, he could go one step further and the power of the Suzaku secret technique would be even greater. The Fire Luan bird gave off a mighty pressure, which made the dragon horse monster feel provoked. It was very dissatisfied, and dragon energy was flowing through its huge nostrils. Roar! A shocking dragon roar came, and the dragon's might spread, which immediately made the Fire Luan bird tremble, and almost threw Zhu Mu into the void. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 327. Snort. Zhu Mu snorted coldly, and a slight pressure spread out from his body, stabilizing the figure of the Fire Luen bird. His cold eyes glanced over, and his heart was filled with anger. "Boy, take care of your mount, otherwise, don't blame me for being rude to you." Zhu Mu glanced with cold eyes, his intention was very obvious, and asked Qin Feng to restrain himself, so as not to steal his limelight. Originally, his mighty and imposing appearance impressed all the monks present. However, he was suddenly embarrassed by Qin Feng Longma's roar, which made him very unhappy. "I just want to give this to senior brother Zhu Mu." Qin Feng smiled slightly. The cause of the matter was obvious. It was the other party's firebird who provoked him first. Qin Feng's violent temper actually did not tolerate him. "Hey, you don't know the heights of the world, you will enter the secret realm of Suzaku in a while, and you may feel sleepy." Zhu Mu didn't take Qin Feng seriously at all. He was just an ant to him who only touched the 5th level of cultivation. Although Qin Feng became the quasi-holy son of the Suzaku Holy Land, in his opinion, it was just luck. He became the quasi-holy son with the cultivation level of the 5th heaven, which only meant that there were no quasi-holy sons in the area where Qin Feng was located. "Master." Qin Feng didn't care about this. If he really entered the Suzaku Holy Realm, he would kick all these people to death. Well, junior brother Zhu Mu almost fell down just now. Could it be that the concubine was like a wolf and a tiger and slipped away last night? At this time, a quasi-holy son said, his eyes were quite sharp, but at this time they were full of teasing. This made Zhu Mu feel very unhappy. This person did not deal with him and was his competitor, but he was too lazy to pay attention to him. The Suzaku secret realm is about to open, and all the boxers are competitors. It doesn't mean much to have some upper hand verbally. Swipe. At this time, the quasi-holy son who met in the void came with a large number of monks. Immediately afterwards, 4 elders appeared here and announced that the secret realm was officially opened. Along with this stone platform, light shone and a formation was activated. Then, Qin Feng and his group of 36 people took out their own teleportation tokens. Behind the 35 quasi-holy sons, a large number of master monks gathered. Only Qin Feng, because his level is really too low, there are not many monks following him. Compared with others, it is simply too little. Fang Han, Fang Ling, Zhu Yishan, Qian Ming and others were all following Qin Feng. They had all seen Qin Feng's true strength and naturally knew that his combat power could not be judged based on his realm. To enter the Suzaku secret realm, not only do you need to possess 36 tokens, but more importantly, the monk holding the tokens must also be as powerful as the sea. Otherwise, there will not be enough power to lead a large number of monks into the secret realm. Since there were the fewest monks behind Qin Feng, he had a great advantage. At this moment, Zhu Mu and others winked, and in an instant, monks separated behind them and came to the formation where Qin Feng was. "Senior brother Qin, we want to follow senior brother Qin into the secret realm, and we hope that senior brother Qin will make it happen." There were also some monks who presented the spiritual stones and said that if others did not take them, they could only ask Qin Feng. Qin Feng didn't care about this. Since these people wanted to take a ride, let them go. As the light shone, numerous runes appeared here, and then 36 tokens shone with light, turning into a light curtain here in an instant, covering everyone. At this time, Qin Feng discovered the reason. Entering the Suzaku secret realm requires a lot of divine power. Qin Feng held a Suzaku token, and for a moment, all his divine power was absorbed by the token. On the other hand, the other 35 quasi-holy sons were different. They came prepared. In an instant, they took out a large number of heavenly materials and earthly treasures to activate the Suzaku token as a way to take all the monks behind them away from this place. Source of strength. This scene made Qin Feng smile bitterly. No wonder those guys drove some monks behind him because they wanted to trick him. I don't know what that guy Zulugo is doing. He didn't even inform him about such an important matter. Ah, sneeze. In the palace where the elders of the Suzaku Holy Land were, Zulugo sneezed and opened his eyes. Why do I feel like someone is scolding me? Although he was cheated, Qin Feng didn't care. It was impossible to waste his treasures, so he took a big gulp in front of everyone. Hiss. In the void, countless spiritual energy gathered towards Qin Feng. People clearly discovered that countless spiritual energy in this area spread towards Qin Feng. He gathered the essence from all the heavens and swallowed up the sky and the earth. The mottled energy between heaven and earth was transformed instantly, and the sacred energy reflected by Qin Feng was gathered into Qin Feng's hands and absorbed by the token. The next moment, the brilliance shone, and Qin Feng was the first to disappear here with everyone, and entered the Suzaku secret realm first. What the hell? Some of the monks and quasi-holy disciples around him were sluggish. They were surprised at the speed at which Qin Feng refined his true energy and found it incredible. You know, it takes a few breaths of time for them to use these treasures of heaven and earth to refine energy, but Qin Feng just used the mottled essence to lead people into the Suzaku Holy Land, making everyone feel unbelievable. Little did they know that Qin Feng's formation skills were so powerful that few could defeat him, and his speed at converting qi was unmatched. A flash of light appeared before their eyes, and Qin Feng and his companions entered the Suzaku secret realm. This was a small world with mountains, rivers, and towering ancient trees. It was a small world. As Qin Feng and his companions entered the secret realm, brilliant life essence gathered towards them in an instant. The life essence here was several times that of the outside world. Practicing here for one day was equivalent to practicing for several days outside. After Qin Feng and his companions entered the secret realm, nearly 300 disciples behind him chose to stay put. Because the Suzaku secret realm was too big, and it was their first time entering the Suzaku secret realm, they naturally did not dare to go rashly. The quasi-saints behind them were different. Some of them had experience and had entered the secret realm more than once. If they followed behind them, their chances of survival would be very high. Qin Feng did not care about this. Even if these people followed him, they would be a burden. It would be better if they did not follow him. As for winning over some cultivators in the Suzaku secret realm, it would be even more troublesome. He really looked down on ordinary masters. Qin Feng took less than a dozen people with him and flew into the air, and began to search for the fragments of the vermilion bird divine mark in this secret place. This fragment of the vermilion bird divine mark can refine the divine form and blood of the cultivators, and the essence contained in it is even more terrifying. It can make the cultivators advance brilliantly, which is what Qin Feng needs most. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 328. The people who followed Qin Feng seemed to be the top 10 masters who fought with him. As the saying goes, birds of a feather flock together, and people flock together. Obviously these people are not that strong, otherwise they would have been taken away by other would-be saints. Yes, Qin Feng and a dozen of them just want to force their way into the Suzaku secret realm. They are simply desperate. The remaining monks were talking a lot, and among them there were some true disciples whose strength was very terrifying, but even so, they did not dare to venture into the Suzaku secret realm rashly. Soon the other quasi-holy sons also entered the Suzaku secret realm. Zhu Mu ranks among the best among the quasi-holy sons, and many monks consciously gather around him and want to follow him. However, Zhu Mu is not a good man and a believer. With all the monks present, he looks down on the outside disciples, and he is not willing to take the true disciples if they are not among the top geniuses. In the end, he set off with less than 50 people. These 50 people were all masters. With such strength, they could obtain many divine symbols in this secret realm. As for the other quasi-holy sons, they also took the masters under their command, rose into the air, and disappeared here. A large number of monks were left looking at each other, and among the monks who followed Qin Feng into the secret realm, none of them were selected. Due to their strength, they were kicked out of the team from the beginning. What about those quasi-holy sons who were arrogant and powerful? Maybe take them with you. Qin Feng stood on the dragon horse and scanned the world with his powerful soul. Here he saw countless tall fire paulownia trees and some rare elixirs. However, Qin Feng didn't notice it at all. The only thing that attracted him in this secret realm was the fragments of the Suzaku divine pattern, which contained powerful energy that could allow him to advance. In the huge divine nest at the top of a firewood tree, Qin Feng felt the power fluctuation of the Suzaku divine pattern. In an instant, he looked through the divine nest with his fiery eyes and saw the fragments of the divine pattern inside. The energy in the god's nest is brilliant, like a small Suzaku flowing with violent energy. Qin Feng stopped here. He stood on the back of the dragon horse and sensed it carefully. Soon he felt a strong aura on the top of another fire paulownia tree. Brush. Qin Feng moved, stepped on the immortal walk, and in an instant, turned into a bolt of lightning and came to the god's nest. In an instant, Qin Feng grabbed the Suzaku divine mark, stepped on the immortal walk, and disappeared here, standing firmly on the back of the dragon horse. Boom. Immediately afterwards, an extremely violent bombing sound came, and the firewood nest that Qin Feng had just left erupted with violent fluctuations of divine power. Then, the firewood tree was struck by lightning and instantly turned into fly ash. Such a fierce killing style and such terrifying energy are enough to obliterate a monk from the seventh heaven who could move mountains. Qin Feng's figure disappeared and reappeared in the blink of an eye. Zhu Yishan, Fang Ling and others behind him reacted and discovered the Suzaku divine pattern held in Qin Feng's hand. For a moment, everyone's eyes were bright. They were thousands of meters away from the divine nest. Qin Feng's powerful soul scanned the Suzaku divine pattern inside, but they didn't sense it at all, but in terms of soul, Qin Feng was stronger. Everyone looked at each other and felt excitement and horror from their eyes. Qin Feng's performance was so shocking that they didn't even notice the divine nest, not to mention the Suzaku divine mark. And Qin Feng not only discovered it, but also walked back and forth in an instant, grabbing the divine pattern in his hand, which made everyone look at him. Perhaps, the choice to follow Qin Feng into the secret realm this time was the right one. As long as he can follow Qin Feng even if he just drinks a sip of soup, that's straightforward. Brush. As the divine nest was destroyed, a huge divine bird appeared in the sky in the firelight, with a metallic luster all over its body, intertwined with tens of thousands of lightning rays, and emitting monstrous power. In an instant, the souls of people behind Qin Feng emerged. They looked at the divine bird that appeared in the sky, and their hearts palpitated. It was difficult for ordinary monks to resist such a ferocious beast and divine bird. Once they meet, they will be torn into pieces in an instant, which will make people pale in horror. Everyone turned their attention to Qin Feng. Qin Feng suddenly provoked a powerful ferocious bird for the Suzaku divine mark. This arrow was too reckless. Such a ferocious bird should be planned carefully, and then wait for the opportunity. It would be the most perfect move for them to ambush it together. Only Zhou Qing'er and Wang Shui behind Qin Feng were still sitting on the crane with calm expressions, without the slightest hint of confusion. They showed absolute trust in Qin Feng. Boom! I saw that the fierce bird was covered with thunder and lightning, and it swooped towards Qin Feng and the others in an instant with a dazzling light. One after another, thick lightning bolts connected the sky and the earth, shooting towards more than a dozen people. The light was dazzling and the power was brilliant. Countless rays of lightning were like spears, slanting down from the void, with terrifying power. This was an astonishing spectacle. It was clearly broad daylight and the sky was clear, but thunder and lightning burst out. It was so powerful that it was difficult for people to resist. Boom! Qin Feng, who stood on top of the dragon and horse, remained unmoved. The moment the light approached his body, he punched out. In the void, the moon and the sun bloom. They intertwined and turned into a huge beam of light flowing out with golden patterns, moving forward indomitably and with unparalleled power. Boom! The void was trembling, and the intertwined flashes of light were shattered by Qin Feng's punch and disappeared into the void. Crack! The ferocious bird went crazy, its whole body was shining brightly, completely violent, countless electric lights intertwined together, turning into a huge lightning. That lightning was so powerful that it reached the sky and came to Qin Feng in an instant, with great power. Qin Feng was not afraid of this, he swung his fist again, the lower grade Kunpeng fist of the immortal grade hit the sky fiercely, and the lightning in the huge fist-print sky lost its luster. Boom boom! The light was bright, the immortal Kunpeng fist smashed the lightning, the fist continued to rush forward, and then violently acted on the ferocious bird, and the sky seemed to be thunderous. Puff! Kunpeng fist went forward, and in the shocked eyes of everyone, it hit the huge ferocious bird. The ferocious bird was shining with light, trying to stop Qin Feng's attack, but Qin Feng's punch, with the blessing of the 9 prohibitions, had 81 times the power superimposed, and instantly dispersed the light on the ferocious bird and punched it through. The ferocious bird let out a wail, blood spilled into the void, and fell to the ground with the momentum of free fall, with a loud bang, crushing large tracts of tall vegetation, and rocks piercing the clouds. Window. Tabula equals window. Tabula. Tabula.push, mode, thumbspeed -01, container, tabula below article thumbnail -300x250, placement, below article thumbnail -300x250, target. Type, mix. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 329. This. Zhu Yishan and others exclaimed, and were extremely shocked. The ferocious bird was extremely ferocious, and its divine power was unfathomable. If they faced it alone, they would only be able to escape. However, they never expected that Qin Feng would punch the ferocious bird through with one punch. Such a clean and neat performance was really terrifying. They felt that Qin Feng's combat power was even more terrifying than during the power conference. Qin Feng naturally didn't know what they thought, and he was too lazy to care about the other party's thoughts. He stepped on the immortal step and picked up a diamond scratch card. He didn't scratch the card, but looked at the fragment of the vermilion bird divine mark in his hand, and found that it contained very terrifying energy. The energy of this vermilion bird divine mark is enough to match nearly 10,000 divine movement pills. In other words, if there are enough vermilion bird divine marks, Qin Feng can directly be promoted to a strong man in the moving mountain realm here. Swoosh! Suddenly, the dragon horse moved as fast as lightning. It came to the side of the fierce bird and dragged it to Qin Feng. Then it rubbed Qin Feng's legs with its huge head. Qin Feng was immediately happy when he saw this scene. He smiled and asked, "Do you want to eat?" The dragon horse showed hope in his eyes. After following Qin Feng for so long, its appetite had been spoiled and it no longer liked to eat raw food. That's good. Anyway, there is only 1 month to train in this secret realm. There is plenty of time to find the fragments of the vermilion bird divine mark. Qin Feng nodded and said that in the next month, he could find enough resources to improve his realm. Moreover, this fierce bird is as huge as a small mountain. It is full of blood and qi, and the spiritual energy is dense. It is comparable to precious spiritual medicine. It contains a lot of essence. If it is absorbed by the human body, it can also make the human body strong and evolve. As Qin Feng ordered, the dozen or so geniuses behind him began to clean the fierce bird in front of them. Xiaolun and others went to pick spiritual fruits and prepare to have a barbecue outdoors. If it were in the past, these geniuses would never have done such a thing, but facing Qin Feng's request, they did not dare to disobey. After seeing Qin Feng's powerful strength, they were deeply impressed. After all, this Suzaku secret realm is extremely dangerous. Even if they are more than a dozen strong, they can't compete with other quasi-saints. Soon, some cultivators gathered water sources, and some cultivators started to light real fires. Soon, the fierce birds were cut up and grilled on the fire. There was grease seeping out and dripping on the firewood, making a sizzling sound. After sprinkling some seasonings with Qin Feng's characteristics, the tempting fragrance spread, making everyone here salivate. They began to feast, and Qin Feng even took out some precious spiritual fruits. These people didn't look like cultivators who came to explore, but were clearly boys and girls who came to have a picnic. Soon after, their energy gathered in their bodies. Some cultivators who were not very strong in their realm began to absorb and refine the food they ate. Their pores were dilated, their bodies were full of energy, and their physical constitutions were changing. Qin Feng was also studying the Suzaku divine mark in his hand. The terrifying power contained in the divine mark could be refined. Swish! At this moment, Qin Feng's hand ignited the Suzaku divine fire to refine the divine mark. A terrifying energy wave flowed in his palm. As he said this, he waved his hand, and countless energies were separated and surrounded the dragon horse. Hiss! The dragon horse took a deep breath, and then it swallowed all the energy. The next moment, Qin Feng found that his dragon horse had undergone a huge change. Ding! Congratulations to the host Mount Dragon Horse for evolving. Its strength is comparable to that of the moving mountain realm, and it has obtained the magical power of the dragon transformation. The dragon transformation can transform into a dragon and become the king of all beasts. The system's prompt sounded, and Qin Feng's heart moved. A Suzaku divine mark actually changed his dragon horse's realm, which made him very excited. As a divine beast, the dragon horse's strength in the moving mountain realm is already stronger than some cultivators in the divine illumination realm. Not only is its divine power like the sea, but it also possesses great pressure. Evolving into this state, it is a powerful helper for Qin Feng. The magical power of the dragon transformation allows the dragon horse to change between the dragon horse mount and the divine dragon. Ordinary divine beasts will be terrified when they encounter it. This dragon transformation can also greatly increase the combat power of the dragon horse. Of course, the dragon horse can evolve because of the fierce bird, because most of the fierce birds were eaten by the dragon horse, and the essence contained in them is like a mountain and a sea. A vermilion bird divine pattern has such an effect, which makes Qin Feng's heart move. In this way, with enough divine patterns, even Zhou Qing Wang Shui and even the crane can evolve very brilliantly. In recent days, the two girls have been in a low mood because they can't keep up with their own realm. They will definitely be very happy to improve their realm. In fact, the two of them followed Qin Feng and were purified by his Pangu bloodline. Their physiques had already become very strong and amazing, comparable to divine bodies. However, they were naturally much worse than Qin Feng, which was why they were in a bad mood in recent days. Because they felt that they could not help Qin Feng, but were a bit like a burden, which made them very unhappy. Of course, Qin Feng didn't think so. He was very happy to have two girls around to take care of his daily life, food, clothing, housing, and transportation. However, it was also good to improve the realm of the two girls and make them feel better. Fang Ling, Fang Han, and others saw that Qin Feng refined such a precious vermilion bird divine pattern for his mount, which made them very envious. One vermilion bird divine mark was enough to allow them to advance to a small realm, and Qin Feng actually gave it to his mount casually, which gave them hope. If they had a good relationship with Qin Feng, the other party would reward them with one vermilion bird divine mark, which would be enough for them to evolve. Seeing that the vermilion bird divine mark could have such an effect, Qin Feng's eyes were also very bright. The higher the practice, the more difficult it was to advance to a higher realm. This vermilion bird divine mark could solve many problems. Roar. Suddenly, there was a riot in the forest, and an astonishing roar spread out, shaking the sky. Then the 4 huge beasts appeared in the mountains. The 4 beasts were full of blood, and the sound waves spread, shaking the world, and rushed towards the direction where Qin Feng and the others were. Swish! Qin Feng waved his hand, and a light shield spread out from his palm, covering the 2 cultivators who were in meditation, so that they would not be disturbed. Xiao Lun, Fang Han, Qian Ming, Zhu Yishan, and others stood behind Qin Feng, concentrating on looking at the direction where the noise came from in the distance. What's going on? Qin Feng frowned slightly. This beast rushed towards here. Could it be attracted by the smell of the roasted beast? Invincible Scratch Lottery System. Author, Xiankong Fashi. Chapter 330. Brush. 2 figures in the sky flew over the heads of Qin Feng and the others, leaving behind 2 divine rainbows. Qin Feng's eyes were sharp. He felt the breath of the Suzaku divine pattern on the 2 people, which made him frown slightly. It seemed that the 2 people in the sky had snatched the Suzaku divine pattern and deliberately led the vicious beast to Qin Feng and the others. Because Qin Feng found that the 2 of them were extremely fast and could completely get rid of these ferocious beasts. However, the other party not only failed to lure the ferocious beast away, but instead led it to the direction of Qin Feng and the others. This was definitely a deliberate attempt to divert misfortune. Roar. At the same time, the flame beasts also discovered Qin Feng and the others, and then roared loudly, sending out bursts of sound waves. These ferocious beasts are simply terrifying. Their bodies are huge, their bodies are blazing with fire, and they are flowing with terrifying evil energy. With Qin Feng's speed, he can get rid of these ferocious beasts in an instant. Although the people following Qin Feng are all Tianjiao and have the power to move mountains, they can escape, but those 2 a monk who meditates into concentration will definitely become a meal for ferocious beasts. Fang Han and others' faces were full of shock. These 4 ferocious beasts were all comparable to the terrifying strength of the 8th level of moving mountains. The only drawback was that their speed did not reach the limit, so they could escape. But once they escape, the 2 monks who are in trance will definitely end up miserable. It seems that the only way is to forcibly interrupt their retreat into trance. It is a powerful opportunity for monks to be able to retreat into meditation. It can only happen but cannot be sought. If you directly interrupt the meditation this time, you may fall short of the success. But at the moment of life and death, you can't worry about so much. However, when they saw Qin Feng's calm expression, everyone was at a loss to analyze what Qin Feng wanted to do. Qin Feng's eyes were very unkind. Those 2 people made him murderous. He ignored these 4 ferocious beasts at all. His strength was enough to destroy the ferocious beasts. Even Ryoma could stop the ferocious beast with his actions, and he didn't panic at all. Those 2 people deliberately attracted the 8 ferocious beasts, which made him very unhappy. He was being shielded by others, and the other party did not respond to them on purpose, which made him very unhappy. Brush. The dragon horse launched an attack directly. It instantly transformed into a red golden dragon in the void, and then, a tail fiercely lashed out at the ferocious beast coming from the sky. The dragon horse directly transformed into a divine dragon, and the dragon was so powerful. Boom. At first, a ferocious beast surged with divine power, ignited a roaring fire and crashed towards it. It instantly collided with the tail of the dragon and horse, erupting into heavy flames that shot into the sky. All around, Zhu Yishan and others were completely shocked. They were very amazed that Longma was so powerful. He was not afraid of a ferocious beast and could transform into a divine beast. However, they could see that Ryoma's realm was not as powerful as that of the flame beast. Just when they thought Ryoma could only hold it back, a red cloud suddenly bloomed in mid-air. Then, with a boom, the cloud exploded directly on the body of the flaming beast, exploding the beast into pieces. This scene, an incomparable explosion, made everyone tremble with fear. The power of the dragon and horse was very terrifying. The fire cloud instantly killed the ferocious beast. Seeing this, the other three ferocious beasts roared into the sky. A ferocious beast that could move mountains and move to the 8th level of the sky took the initiative to attack the dragon and horse, sending out firelight all over the sky. However, a terrible scene happened. The ferocious beast's energy hit Ryoma's body, unable to break its defense at all. Ryoma was actually unscathed by such an attack. Boom! Qin Feng was naturally not idle. He was very fast. He waved the God King seal with one punch, and a sacred mountain appeared in the void. With the blessing of the 9 forbiddens, he shot it out and suppressed a ferocious beast directly into broken corpses. Fall on the earth. When the others saw this, they knew they couldn't stand there any longer, so they joined forces to attack the remaining ferocious beast. Soon, more than a dozen of them joined forces to kill the last ferocious beast. The terrifying existences of the 4 mountain-moving realms only ended up with such a miserable end, which made people dare not be confident. Qin Feng and Long Ma are very powerful, and Zhu Yaishan and others are also the best among the true disciples and have solved all the crises. Come down. Qin Feng's eyes narrowed slightly. The 2 people hiding in the clouds and peeking were extremely powerful. Fang Han and others were definitely no match. You really have a couple of tricks up your sleeve. In the sky, the clouds and mists opened, and 2 young monks appeared. These 2 were the true disciples who had gone to the Suzaku Holy Land. The 2 were flying in the air, looking down at Qin Feng in the fog around them, with disdain in their eyes. Not long ago, the 2 of them discovered Qin Feng, so they deliberately attracted the vicious beast to see if Qin Feng was really as extraordinary as the rumors said. The news that Qin Feng had become a quasi-holy son had already spread to the Suzaku Holy Land. The mere power of the imitation realm made the 2 of them very dissatisfied. After they met Qin Feng, they happened to encounter a Suzaku divine mark. So, after obtaining the divine mark, they led the ferocious beast here. Originally they thought that Qin Feng and the others would put in a lot of effort, but they didn't expect that they could deal with the 4 ferocious beasts so easily. Zhu Sun and Zhu Moon. When Zhu Yaishan saw the 2 people in the void, his expression suddenly changed. As the true disciples of the Suzaku Holy Land, they are naturally well informed. These 2 are the 2 twins who rank highly among the true disciples of the Holy Land. They are powerful and have profound power of the 7th level of moving mountains. Zhu Yaishan once faced 2 people and was defeated. He was not their opponent at all. Hey, you actually have the breath of the vermilion bird divine mark on you. Among the 2 true disciples, Zhu Ri focused his attention on Qin Feng. He felt the breath of the vermilion bird divine mark on Qin Feng, and he was very happy about it. The vermilion bird divine mark can help cultivators improve their realm. It is very precious and rare, and it can also improve the divine form. This is also the reason why these true disciples entered the vermilion bird secret realm. Being able to get a vermilion bird divine mark is enough to prove that Qin Feng and his people are very powerful. Just now, they saw everyone in the clouds kill 4 powerful beasts together, which is enough to prove that they are indeed capable of getting the vermilion bird divine mark. Divine mark? There is not even one, but there will be one soon. Qin Feng's eyes were very unkind. The divine mark was used up by him, so naturally there was not one left. However, he felt that there were fluctuations of divine marks on the 2 true disciples, which made him feel moved. If these 2 people were not strong enough, it would be fine, but they clearly had the strength to kill the ferocious beast, but they deliberately lured the ferocious beast here. The 2 people had evil intentions and wanted me to kill the ferocious beast for them. This was a way to seek death.